You don't think that he's trying to destroy the crystals as well, do you?
They're the primary source of energy that defends against the outsiders. Without them, none of our stuff works. No plane hopping, no guardians, no portals, no gates. None.
It, it would be, that would be a really good, like, cover up, like, oh, I just happened to crash it and it happened to break.
Okay, we need to make sure he does not pilot that anymore. We need to
Yeah.
make sure that if he is going to the Labyrinth Winds, you need to use Renardo.
So, do you know how to pilot it?
Me?
Solomon, I highly doubt you would.
I don't. We do have someone that can have someone else that can pilot it. I personally will make sure that Wizzro is nowhere near the thing when it happens.
I was
If
going.
you want, Solomon, you stay with the person that can drive it. I'll keep Wizzro set down.
You
I'll
keep
make sure he
Wizzro
can't move.
sedated, and I have a suggestion for you, Solomon, she says,
Yeah.
and she licks a bit of shadow to life in her hands. Do you consent?
Oh,
I uh I kind of chuckle a little bit and I'm like, "Huh, that's similar to my power." Sure. Yes, I do.
It leaps from her hand and it wriggles around, wrapping its way around both of your arms and then vanishing out of sight. And you feel a little bit of a weird feeling like your arms are made of metal and they're really heavy, but they're also slender and like, this is weird. And then Vercule's like, all right, give me a moment, if you don't mind. And she says, I'm going to test something. Do you mind?
Go ahead.
And she lifts her one right arm, and your right arm lifts. She lifts her left arm, and your left arm lifts.
Whoa.
If
Huh. Yeah, I have a power similar to this.
I can give you the ability to pilot it through my knowledge, for I know how to pilot it.
Huh.
However, you can't let on that you have my magic. This
All right.
should be in. He doesn't know my power, and I don't think any people really do.
and if any of them do, I would be able to easily keep them, should you
Keep
say,
them quiet.
distracted.
As you want to do. Fantastic. So I think we're starting to come up with a little bit of a plan here. Lure Wizzro into our trap. Separate the boy and the girl. And make sure he does not walk away.
Wait, separate the boy and the girl?
We need to
The two.
interrogate them separately.
Do you think that this is something we could do using the new, well, as I stated before, Magister?
You mean
He could interrogate one of them prior to coming to this place, and if you grant him, he could contact you prior, get one
dangerous?
done.
I don't think you should. If you do that, he might catch on, and if he isn't our friend, he could tip off the old one.
It's true. That's fair. Don't want him to tip off that asshole. Hmm. The best way to do this then would be to separate them in the labyrinth.
Yes. Honestly, act like this conversation never happened.
What conversation?
Exactly.
If I may add something as a possible idea of how to separate them in the labyrinth winds.
Oh, yes.
I'm not exactly sure how Clunk's game works, but maybe there's a section that just so happens that some players have to be away from others.
The thing is, Clunk's power is terrifying, and if he cooperates, he might actually be able to sucker punch the wizard into being locked forever in this castle. I'll explain to you how it works so that you are aware and are able to use this to your advantage.
All right.
Alright.
Fun fact number one, there is no limit on the range of this ability. He can do it from anywhere. He just tends to like to do it in person because he's a rather sporting type. So, what he does, you can make anything into a game. And set the rules, the requirements, the win condition, the lose condition, and the reward for winning and the punishment for losing. These can be anything, the game can be any way, it can be one-sided to all hell, or it can be completely fair. He can also choose whether or not to actually activate the losing conditions. So, what we do is we simply say, this is now a game, you try and leave this room, and you lose the game. Plain and simple. You lose the game, you die.
Oh.
And again, he's not exactly the most cooperative. However,
I have a question.
I've been talking with him. Yes?
Does his power allow him to, whenever he sets the conditions, say, shuffle people around in the labyrinth or such?
He could relocate parts of the castle to his liking. Every single room in the castle is completely mobile. You can take one part and put it anywhere you want.
My question to this then is, to separate the two summoners. This is now a game. You must play hide and seek. You are the hiders. You must not be found by X person. We shuffle the castle around and force the two of them to be in an area where we can interrogate them, separate from everyone.
Fantastic. That's a fascinating idea.
If you're found, you can't ever leave.
Right. And if they turn out to be decent sort, we just simply lift the conditions.
Correct. But this makes it to where Wizzro is also under these conditions. If anyone is found, they cannot leave the area they were found in. They are trapped in that room.
So we watch them through the scrying orb. When we see them, we simply go and find them, and then they're locked there forever.
That raises another thing, milady.
Yes.
Solomon here can cheat.
Oh, how so?
Please consent for the next few seconds.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have one of those too. She looks at Solomon.
I do indeed.
Okay. I'm putting my faith in you for the moment.
All right. I connect my strings. Before I do this, I say you'll feel a slight prick on your neck,
Mm-hmm.
and I connect the strings.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, try to move. Solomon, make her not able to.
I keep her sitting in the chair.
Not a beat, but she's like struggling against it, but she moves her arms around.
Well, he would be able to, well, try to do that, hold them in place, or pull them towards him, which is two things that I've seen him do in my studies.
So he locks them down, we cheat with the game, and then we figure out what's going on.
I was going to say, he can either go to one of them, or keep strings on both of them, claim he's using his...
Diamond Soul. My 10-string abilities, you mean?
Yes, he could claim to be using that and hiding his Tusk Weaver in hopes to get Clunk in case something goes sideways. Misdirection, if you will.
And they know that the longer that the spirit one that tapped you on your shoulder, the longer that one's in hiding, the more powerful it becomes.
All he has to do is attach the strings to them while they're sleeping, getting consent prior so that it would still work. I know the boy should... you said he's your friend, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, then he should be an easy one. What about the girl?
She hasn't actually consented yet.
Do you think we could get him to persuade her?
Probably. He's persuaded people before to test it out, and it's worked in their favor, so...
Okay, so that gets those two. We just have to worry about Wizzro.
I don't trust my mind's ability to relay this information. Why don't you tell him yourself?
Oh, that's actually a good idea.
You can do that. I was literally just talking to him moments before. I'm sure he's still around, unless he's gotten caught up in polishing his chess pieces.
I cross my arms and I say, from what I've talked with Clunk and how I've heard you guys talking about him, I think that I'm really going to like him.
He's a decent sort. He's rather funny.
Did he ever find any pants that would fit him?
No. And again, I don't exactly know a tailor that could design him any.
Oh, he points at Solomon. Apparently the boy has made clothes for him.
Oh, he has. They're lovely. If he turns out to be if he does turn out to be the good sort, then I'm sure that Clunk will have good pants.
Clunk has been going non-stop on about clothes, and you probably shouldn't mention it to him because he gets rather defensive.
Don't worry, I won't mention it. He picks up the scrying orb and kind of like starts to activate it to call Clunk.
You're calling for a reason, I assume? Now's the time to talk before I hang this thing up.
Where's Clunk at? Is he still there?
Clunk!
Yes, what is it? You hear echoing in the distance.
It's for you.
For me? I couldn't imagine who it was. I just finished my meeting for the day. That is my daily allotted one.
Yeah, just take the damn phone, leave me alone.
Okay, I will do that.
Familiar voice.
Yes,
Hello, Clunk speaking.
Hello, Clunk. This is Argus speaking.
Oh, Argus, what is it? Make it snappy.
You remember how Vercule was talking to you about a game?
No, here, let me join in on this. Clunk, I'm here. Oh, Vercule, you're still around. Oh, there we go, I can see you now.
Oh, this is what Clunk looks like. Hello.
Sorry, what am I looking at down there? What are you?
I open my shirt. Hello, we talked before.
Oh, you're that one.
Yeah.
You're the one who's gonna come up and play a game soon. Yes?
Exactly. I hold out my hand. I assume we're going to shake without actually touching.
Yes, he shakes your hand.
Because that's definitely what Clunk would do.
Now, Clunk, about that game.
Yes?
Remember how we were going to use it to try and trap Wizzro and such?
I don't particularly remember you being a part of that conversation. However, yes, that was the plan. Vercule, did you fill him in on this? Yeah, yes, he's part of it now. What we're trying to do is we need your help. And you need to follow some very specific instructions. Do you think you can handle that? Specific instructions aren't exactly my strong suit, I'm sure you're aware. However, I will do my best. I've got Lily with me here now anyway.
Yes, Lily can... that is how we'll do it. If any of the Guardians capture you, you cannot leave this room. That is the condition for losing. They will only think that Clunk will be playing the game. However, Lily will also be playing the game.
So we're going to trap them in a room in a game of hide and seek.
Correct. The thing I was thinking, you can adjust the labyrinth winds as you see fit.
Yes, I can. However, I don't think it's necessary. We have the best seeker in the planet, of course. He looks over. Someone in the shadows shows up, just slightly out of view of the...
I look over. I'm like, oh, hello. I don't believe we've met. Hello, I'm Solomon.
Lily. Pleasure's all mine, I assure you. I heard my name mentioned. What do you need of me?
Well, they're going to try and play. We want to do a hide-and-seek game, and you're essentially the best hunter that anyone here knows.
Yes, I think that she should go after her, what's her name again, Solomon, the female?
Pris.
Either after her or Wizzro, I think, might be a good option. I'm unsure. I think that you, Clunk, should go and capture the boy.
And should I go after this Pris, you say? What should be done with her?
Lock her in a room. If you lock her in the room, we can interrogate her and figure out exactly what the plot of Wizzro is.
Correct.
As long as I'm the one to kill Wizzro in the end, I'll be fine.
I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be capable. It's been so good catching up, by the way. I've really missed it.
It has been quite a long time, hasn't it? Percy.
Then you may not leave the room you are captured in.
And vice versa. The game, of course, has to have a win condition for both sides for me to be able to do it!
How about this? The win condition for them, they must cover their ears before they are able to, when you are in the room.
Oh.
If they can cover their ears before you may utter the phrase,
Well,
they have won.
that's just a real darn shame, don't you think?
He says, looking over at Vercule. Yes, would be a shame if they weren't able to move their hands.
Exactly. And that's where you come in, Solomon. If they somehow figure out this little bit of deafening themselves somehow, well then, kudos to them.
That is only fair. There has to be a way to cheat, of course. They'll never figure it out. I'm not going to tell them the direct rules. It'll be there as a footnote.
Honestly, this is all silly to me. I don't know why you just don't let me kill them all.
It's only fair, there are rules.
Well, you see,
Doesn't mean I have to like it.
it's possible they could be an asset to us, and we wouldn't want to kill an asset.
Exactly.
And putting an end to Wizzro. By the way, Lily, I will not stop you from killing him, no matter what the conditions are. If you run into him in the halls, be my guest.
Just remember, the rules are simple. If a guardian catches you and utters the phrase,
Yes, you have explained it well enough. I will put it into motion as soon as they get there. I will randomize the rooms, and Lily and I will both enter in simultaneously at different entrances. Vercule,
Yes,
if you
my
want
brother.
to be there as well.
No, I think I'll wait for our second plan to take action.
he leans over and lifts up Solomon.
Oh.
He's classified as a guardian.
I do not think so.
Don't you all have core crystals?
Yes, however, he is not a guardian. He doesn't...
He holds his hand up and a little flower kind of forms in his palm that looks like, well, you would know it as Snapdragon.
He doesn't have this.
I put up my finger. If I may, there's a very simple way to get around this. Just say, I'll be chasing you. You can
We can say guardians and use it as a loophole if it is predetermined by the caster, looks at Clunk, that Solomon counts as one.
Well, so Clunk, I say this now. Solomon here is the new guardian of the Tower of Life.
I still disagree with that. He is not
Yeah,
a guardian.
I disagree as well.
Yes. Not like you all, but he's the current guardian. Hopefully a proper one will take his place soon.
Argus, your wording is awful. He's a magister, honorary magister. He's not a guardian. He guards it, but jeez, she looks around. Actually, the wordplay there is a little bit frustrating.
Yeah,
It
this
is.
a bit confused. I think we all understand what's going on, though.
Yes,
Honestly,
I think we do.
Argus, you might as well just be quiet. You're not very skilled with words. Or anything else, for that matter.
Vercule has her hand on her face and is just smiling like... Damn.
I'm also holding it back. Me and Vercule share a little glance.
He lets out a little bit of a sigh and just kind of like,
Yes, whatever. Do you need me for anything more?
I was going to say, if you could randomize it to where Solomon is near the boy at least.
That's
The boy
not
will never
random. Hello?
You're right.
I know who we're going after. We can
Yes,
improv that part.
Okay, and then if that falls through, we simply activate phase 2. Clunk, you still want to do your game with them, I'm sure.
Yes, that will be it. Well, we can do that beforehand. If they lose the game, we'll lock them up right there.
So, all I need to worry about is capture the girl and kill Wizzro.
Yes, it would seem that way. Make sure things don't go afoul. I know I can trust you.
Behind the shadow, a wicked grin creeps across Lily's face. That's fine by me.
Oh, you're creepy. I like you.
Alright, team. I'll be over there to help you set up shortly.
And, Solomon, you know you're part of the plan. Get the
Yeah.
two to consent.
I'll get Pris. Tenrir, he already has.
Lily,
Yes, Vercy?
they seem to want you under their control. For whatever reason, it escapes me.
Milady.
Now, Argus, hold on. Let me finish.
Yes, ma'am.
Why don't you send back their silly little skull? Show them that you're still around. That'll be a good enough reason to get this going.
I like the way you think.
Pretend you're a damsel in distress. That'll be the greatest way to get them to go after us.
We could always try to use one of the other outsiders if you believe it is a good idea.
That is a horrible idea!
Yes, no, we're not doing that.
Honestly, Argus, please do shut up. You're not an idea person. Let the adults handle this.
I'm with her at this point, Argus. You seem to have lost your cunning nature. That is the dumbest plan I've ever heard from anyone.
I was just trying to make a way to make Wizzro want to come, since he wants them so bad.
Argus, ever since that incident at the prison, you've been rather useless. I dare say you have indeed lost your touch.
Oh, I'm not very useless. I've brought Solomon here.
Hi.
I like the small one. He's done one thing good, Lily.
I like you, Clunk.
I thank you.
Well, Solomon, if my brother approves of you, I guess I can approve of you as well.
Yay! Well, I think that this has been rather informative.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to leave before Argus rots my circuitry of his infernal voice. And then Lily walks away to prepare.
Alright.
Argus just kind of puts a finger to his chin as if deep in thought. Well, what should we do about here then? You said to move the cards to a better location. Should we up the security there, or do you think that it's fine as is?
You want to up the security at the Tower of Life?
I wasn't sure if that would be good. That's why I was asking your ideas on this.
Actually, I think that I might have that covered for a bit.
Yes, if this one has it all covered, then I don't think we need to worry about upping the security any more than it's already at right now.
Good, good.
I hate to interrupt, however. I was in the middle of something, so I'm going to leave and set up the game.
Alright, have fun, Clunk. It was nice to speak with you again.
Yes. I'm glad you're not dead or whatever.
Yes, I am glad for that too.
Well, that was him. See, I told you he wasn't exactly the best at following directions. Maybe he'll... Oh.
I feel like he'll do good on this.
She looks in her pouch. Yeah, I can head over there now and just help him set it up. That's probably the best.
Yeah.
Right, Argus,
Yes, ma'am.
thanks for calling this to my attention. Ignore the tone of voice I took. I was rather pissed off that night.
No, you're fine. You had every right to be. Sorry for, well, failing you. But
Well,
at least, something
if-
good came of it.
even if you failed me, this one looks promising. She steps over to Solomon.
I do a little bow.
I think he's going to be a great asset. And maybe someday I'll get my body back.
Yes, but for the time being, she says, walking over. And she actually unfolds, like, she pulls up one of her arms and folds the long black. She rolls up this tube arm glove, and Solomon, you get a little bit of an interesting sight in at something as she reveals a completely mechanical arm.
Oh,
Oh.
Inset in the palm is a gemstone,
similar to mine.
very similar to yours.
Similar to a certain someone's.
Very similar, but not the same size. She steps forward. As an artifact to an artifact, I now grant you the position of 7th Magister, Dominion over Frostfell, and with the goal of the protection of the realm and the savior of this world. Rise, Solomon.
I rise.
And she presses the gemstone to yours, and you feel a little spark of power, and something inside of you ignites. Some power, something that was dormant, something that lied hidden behind. You feel like there's something you could do with this. You don't know what, but you feel like you just unlocked a wizard power.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Holy shit.
We probably shouldn't keep them waiting too long.
Yes, I believe that we've taken a lot of Vercule's time as well.
Yes.
Enjoy your post, August Filament on his duties, and I will see you at Lorenza.
I look forward to it.